Decker, swim dodge, fires and scores! Skipping in the step, behind the back! Pass, the extra look, and the goal! Shot on goal and good.
After a 2-year hiatus, a 20-year-old rivalry is renewed today when the John Jay Cross River Wolves travel down to Long Island and take on the Manhasset Indians. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Ed Walsh Field at Manhasset High School. Matt Shortis and Mike Hungerford with you this afternoon for a good matchup. And Mike, as with so many things over the last couple of years being disrupted, right? Last year, with the scheduling, how Section 8 and Section 11 chose to do it, everybody played within Long Island. And the year before, obviously, no season because of COVID. So these two teams, who have been playing since essentially 2003, get to meet each other on the field once more.
It's pretty cool to get back to normal and have a regular season. We're all very happy. We have non-league games. And, one thing about lacrosse is, unlike maybe football or some other sports, no non-league games and limited non-league games, the good programs all find each other to play from all different sections, other parts of the state, other states. And you get some really good rivalries early season before the league games really get going. And this is an example of one of those games.
John Jay Cross River comes in at 1-0 on the season, as does Manhasset. John Jay beat Pelham earlier this week, a 10-9 win, coming off a season which was sort of uncharacteristically down for them. 5-12 a year ago. They have a new head coach, Mike Bocklet, taking over for his alma mater in his first season. And if you talk to Mike, he was the head coach at and started the SUNY Purchase program back in 2014. So he's transferring from the college level to the high school level. And there's a lot of new systems getting into place. There's a lot of new guys getting into those systems. So there's a lot of learning going on right now for John Jay Cross River in this early part of the season.
Sure, I think in any team, whether you have the coaches back or not, every time you get a new team, you get new players, and you have to start over a little bit, or just continue or mesh those new players in with your returning players. And of course, having a new coaching staff is challenging on top of itself. And I know Coach Bachler comes from a lacrosse family, very famous family of lacrosse players, and one of those people that's lacrosse in their blood. So he's going to certainly bring that to the John Jay program, and probably expect really good things from them over time.
They are led defensively by the senior long stick midi, Finn O'Callahan. He's a Trinity commit, and he's a guy that could play both down low in the box, but they like his athleticism out on the wing and be able to go against a very tough offensive midfield of Manhasset today.
Sure, that's going to be fun to watch. Who he matches up against, probably we'll mention his name in a few minutes, who he's going to be able to deal with from the Manhasset side. But, sometimes people look at where guys are going to college, and, Trinity is a very good Division III program. And so if he's going there and playing, he's got some considerable ability and probably some really good academics on top of it.
We'll take a look at the rest of the starting lineup for the Wolves. At the attack, it's Nick Savastano, Luca Duva, and Craig Gallia. In the midfield, we heard from Finn O'Callahan. We'll also have Dom Savastano at the face-off X. Andrew Kiefer, the sophomore, will be in there on the wing as well. And the close defense will be led by Quincy Green, the senior, Sid Goldberg, and Jonas Silverman getting the start today as a freshman. Andrew Menard between the pipes, the Ithaca commit, and he will be an important piece for John Jay today. Over on the other side for Manhasset, again, they are 1-0 on the season, coming off the Nassau County Championship a year ago and a one-goal loss to Mount Sinai in the Long Island Championship. And Mount Sinai is getting all the hype right now preseason, but I think Manhasset knows that they would love another date with the Mustangs come June here at the end of the year.
Sure, I know Coach Crumble would like you to probably pump the brakes on that for a while because she's got a ways to go, as we all do. And but I think there should be some hype about the Manhasset guys as well, because they bring back another very similar to Mount Sinai way. They bring back a very high level player, and they have some other really complimentary players that are tremendous and a pretty star-studded lineup, especially offensively.
And one of those stars you mentioned, Joe Terenzi, the Virginia commit. Keith Cromwell says our number one guy, the number 3 recruit in the country, and he is quite a player, as you'd imagine.
Terenzi, an end-to-end talent, runs the field, plays offense, go back and play on the defensive end, and a great two-way midi.
We'll take a look at the rest of the starting lineup for Manhasset. The offensive led on the attack by Matt Perfetto, Liam Connor, and Dawson Riley. And you heard of Terenzi, Jack Peterson in the midfield, along with Cal Gerard, who's a fantastic Fogo for this Manhasset squad. Their long stick mid is Rowan Collins will be one, and Victor Diaso the other. And the close defense, Jack Morrison, Jack Mulholland, Patrick Leader, and Jack Diskin will get the nod between the pipes today.
Yeah, you look at their lineup right there, and that first midfield of Peterson and those guys are going to be very good.
We'll take a break. We'll come back for the opening face-off coming your way in just a moment. It's Manhasset and John Jay Cross River on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media. Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net. Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Welcome back to Manhasset High School. Matt Shortis, Mike Hungerford with you as we're just about ready to get underway between Manhasset and John Jay Cross River. And sort of a fun head coaching wrinkle, I think, coming into this game. You have Mike Bocklett in his first season, Keith Cromwell in his sixth season. How often do you get a matchup of two head coaches who are MLL champions?
You don't get it too often. Maybe you'll start getting it a little bit more now as the week, people playing the league and get a little older and out of the league. But it's a pretty unique thing. Coach Cromwell, a great player in his own right, and at Hicksville High School and at Rutgers University, and of course in the professional lacrosse ranks. So it's pretty cool. And Matt, here we are. You got to say something about being in Manhasset High School, one of the legendary places to come see a lacrosse game. It's where you just know there are hundreds of great players played here on this field, and actually the field in the front where they used to play for many years, home of Jim Brown.
That's it. There's a plaque on the concession stand off to our left that says the home of Jim Brown. And there you see Mike Bocklett on the sideline in his first year, a 2003 graduate of John Jay. So he saw the opportunity to come back to his alma mater this year, and he said, these kinds of jobs, guys tend to stay in a while. So if he felt like if he didn't do it this time around, he was probably going to be sitting on the sidelines of the possibility of getting into the high school game for a little while. And then Keith Cromwell, in his 6th season, 2-time county champion, including last year for Manhasset. And he's, there's been no drop-off from Coach Terry to Keith Cromwell taking over in his 6 years as head coach here at Manhasset.
No, prior to that, he'd been in Locust Valley for a year, and he had been an assistant coach for Coach Cherry for a while here in the past. They won a couple state championships when he was here with Coach Cherry, so he's no stranger to being here and coaching the team.
Cal Gerard, the face-off man for Manhasset, and Dom Savastano for John Jay Cross River. And this, at least on paper, if you look at it, that is a matchup that heavily favors Manhasset today. Ground ball to Terenzi, who we highlighted at the top of our show.
Good job by Manhasset there. He popped that one forward, Cal, and the pole got to him, and the ball was scrummed out a little bit. And a really good job of getting that ball up into the offense for Manhasset.
High-scoring affair for Manhasset in their season opener against Floral Park. They look to go right back to offense here, and they do. Dawson Riley gets Manhasset on the board 41 seconds in, and Manhasset leads 1-0.
Yeah, Dawson Riley was a player you didn't see a lot of last year. He was injured, I believe, most of the year, and didn't really play a major role for them in their championship season of a year ago. And he's a sniper. We're going to Bryant, and I look forward to seeing him play today. And he starts us off with the first goal of the game, coming off that pick.
One of the captains for Manhasset this season as a senior. Gerard, the clean face-off win, trying to push the tempo. Gerard fires a shot, low save by Menard. Rebound in front, put home. It's a dirty goal for James Lapina. A D-mid getting in tight on the face-off, staying on with the face-off unit. And Manhasset, just like that, up 2-0, not even a minute in.
Yep, great job cleaning. They all count one. They all count. Everyone counts. There's no one that counts more than one. And so no matter how it goes in, you get your name in the paper. And there was Lapina picking up off the rebound. You would like if Coach Bachlet, you'd like to maybe get a little rebound control from the goalie there from Menard, and he couldn't get on it. And they were checking down, and there's Lapina for the easy one.
In hockey, they might refer to that as a greasy goal. You have Jack Morrison now taking the face-off and a procedure. So John Jay will have it. Ball's dislodged. Good job riding by Terenzi.
You're right there. They gave Cal Gerard 1-2 in a row. It was kind of in the mix of everything, and they decided to give him a little bit of a blow. So the second face-off guy is the pole there. But that was a clean win for John Jay. Obviously, it was going to be a pretty big drop-off when you go from Cal Gerard to commit to a pole facing off.
So we get our first look at the John Jay offense today. This is Andrew Kiefer, the sophomore, who led the Wolves in scoring in their win over Pelham earlier this week, 10-9. He had 3 goals. Here's a dot from up top. This is Chris DiChiara. Real solid athlete. Kiefer again. Kiefer moves up top. Here's a shot on the run, well defended, right in the chest protector of Diskin. A rebound, put back in. They get it out to Kiefer, and he drops the angle and beats Diskin for the goal.
Great save by Diskin on the first shot. Kind of took that one off his chest, coming out of that high wing 2-man game. I think, I haven't seen John Jay play before, so obviously a new coaching staff, some new things, new wrinkles. A little high wing 2-man game there, but they got a shot out of. And they came flying back out and picked up that rebound. And so we had 2 goals that were kind of rebounded goals, one from right on top of the goal and one from a little time in room. And the one for John Jay throwing in the far corner was a nice goal.
And you already see John Jay throwing the pole out to take the face-off with Finn O'Callahan trying to mess up the timing of Gerard.
Gerard is obviously, face-off guys that go to, committed or recruited to go to Duke University are going to be high-level players, and he brings a tremendous amount of energy to that position.
Here's good ball movement from Manhasset. Hunter Panzik goes top shelf.
Wow, Manhasset guys play fast and furious, and that was a great handle of that ball by Pansic right there, Air Force commit, and just spinning around and coming out of it and firing that ball into the corner. That's the play you get from that Division I midfield, first midfield they have. Not too many public school teams anywhere, especially a small high school like Manhasset, going to throw together a midfield of that ability level of Peterson, Pansic, and Terenzi.
Yeah, and you got three, like you said, three Division I players all on their first line midfield. Here's a face-off win for John Jay. They move ahead the other way and answer back quickly. Luka Duva, the sophomore, so two sophomores getting in on the scoring action for John Jay. And we've already had 5 goals. We haven't even played 3 minutes, Mike.
If you like offense so far, you're in your right place. Stay tuned. Don't get up for a bathroom break. You might miss a couple. And you want to save it. Both goalies have made some nice stops already, and there've been some really good goals scored. And both teams have some snipers, so it's going to be a tough day in the nets for the goalies.
A procedure against Cal Gerard.
Hard to see exactly what went on there, but obviously they didn't start the face-off action, so there must have been either a tilted stick or maybe a little too much gloves up on the plastic there. That's a common one, not getting your gloves off the plastic or not putting your stick down in the right spot creates that violation.
So John Jay will settle in some offensive personnel here as DiChiara coming back onto the field. Shuttling off was the sophomore Fogo Savastano, pardon me. Here's DiChiara. Short stick matchup on him. Comes GLE, turns, fires, and a save by Diskin.
Good save, good rebound control, and you got a little ball being punt returned out right now. That's nice. That's nice clear right there. Make it easy, give it right to the midi, and he runs it right out.
And going by how much offense we had, I think that was our first clear attempt of the day.
Coach Cromwell was a little fired up. I think he thought they might have been offsides. I didn't see behind it, and the referees don't look back. They really just count forward. So if he didn't see 7 forward, he wouldn't be able to see it. But I think he was a little fired up.
So play continues 6-on-6. After a quick start, Manhasset settling things down a little bit, making sure everybody gets a touch. Terenzi, along with Gargiulo, and Mike Mondiello, the sophomore, in right now. Hunter Pansic. Here's a shot from about 10 yards out, buried in the back of the net by Gargiulo. The UMass commit, and Manhasset back on top by 2.
And then, of course, we talked about the first midfield group of the 3 guys they had of Peterson and Panzig and Terenzi, and then you bring in, don't sweep on Gargiulo, comes in as really the 4th offensive midi, a junior, a UMass commit, a very good player, got great size in his own right, gets to his inside hand, left hand, and puts that one home. And all of a sudden, Manhasset's got 4 goals.
Gerard on the face-off win. And he gets off quickly. Terenzi comes on. So out of this midfield, pretty much all the scoring has come from the midfield. The attack has been quiet so far.
Terenzi had the short stick for a brief moment. You knew that wasn't going to last long. I mean, that should be a fire alarm going off if Terenzi's got a shorty. Not the greatest of matchup, but Coach Bach, they were able to switch that. Get the pole to him.
You mentioned the speed of this Manhasset offense a couple scores ago, and that was a big concern for John Jay coming into this one, is can they keep up defensively? Here's a look in, tight, a shot going wide off the stick of Connor. And a battle for it. John Jay to the end line, win the possession.
Good look inside. I think he kind of bounced it a little wide, and John Jay beats the race to the end line and is able to clear the ball now, it looks like.
So Finn O'Callahan won that one. A check to dislodge the ball, and it's loose around midfield. John Jay comes away with it. Savastano. This is Nick Savastano.
Just got that one in. I think the referee was on the ninth arm was swinging there, and they had just crossed the midfield, I think, for the count. I think he just got that one in.
Savastano, a left-handed attackman, captain on this team, committed to Springfield. Midway through the first quarter of play, 4-2, Manhasset on top. Coming near side, this is Ben Gold. Gold, kind of a swing guy between attack and midfield. Some physical defense down low from Lapina.
Yep, they went a little behind the goal and tried to switch that matchup, and they got the shorty on it, but Lapina plays excellent defense. On the way over here today, Matt, I was looking forward to see the Manhasset defense. Kind of, some new guys in the mix there, some younger guys with Patrick Leader, the senior, the lone senior down there, and a couple of younger guys. I was looking forward to see what they look like. And we know what the offense brings to the table for sure.
Well, they get a chance right here, and a tough angle shot put in by Kiefer. Boy, with a shot like that, you see why he scored 3 goals in the first game of the year.
What was nice about that goal was he drove the corner, and he really extended his hands and wrapped that stick around, I believe. If you see him coming around and really, hadn't even got up above the goal line almost, but reached with those long arms and snapped that ball down. He was able to put that in.
Collins and Peterson on the wing for Manhasset. Gerard with the face-off.
You can see here that Manhasset's trying to play up tempo and fast a little bit, and John Jay's. I thought they maybe try to slow it down a little bit, but they're not doing that. They're playing fast too right now offensively.
Quick face-off win for Manhasset. Exactly. You'd think it would be sort of a slow it down sort of offense for John Jay, but they almost seem inspired to run the track meet here with Manhasset so far.
I think if that's who you are, right? If you're a team that you want to play that way, you can't just all of a sudden not be that way because the opponent. So the opponent, you kind of have to play your game. It's so early in the year. It's game 2, right?
Yeah.
It's not game 10. It's not a league game. It's a non-league game. You're trying to test yourself and see and measure yourself. So play who you are and see how it goes.
A miscue from Manhasset. Unforced error gives the ball to John Jay, and they work the clear. About 4.5 gone by in the opening, or 4.5 remaining in the opening quarter. 1 goal game. Plenty of offense so far. Ball to the turf now, though. John Jay picks it up. Numbers if they hurry. Instead, they will slow it down. Good job by Manhasset, able to get back.
They scrapped that ground ball out. That ball on the ground for a while off the clear. It wasn't exactly the way you probably drew it, but they were able to get it done. Good job off the ground for the John Jay offensive team picking that ball up.
A nice job by Morrison of Manhasset to create enough of a presence to dissuade them from going to goal. This game was supposed to be a 7 o'clock start, got moved up to 5:45 with the impending weather. They wanted to make sure they got it in, especially with the long trip that John Jay takes. Took to get here. Petchik's pass knocked away, but John Jay able to recover.
Good man ball there by John Jay. John Jay's got Manhasset's 2 of their top 3 first midfielders caught on, in Peterson and Terenzi. So we're going to see if they're going to try eat a little clock here or occupy those guys. Looks like he's bringing Terenzi behind the goal, but one thing about Joey is he can play both ends of the field with equal ability, but you want to kind of maybe wear him out a little bit, and tire him out. Yep, good job by John Jay right now doing exactly that. Just he's occupying and making him work and run.
They swing it over on the left side for Petchik. Petchik got a step, thought about shooting on the run, looking towards the crease. Ball's deflected away, picked up by Manhasset. Jack Mulholland, the sophomore, ahead of the pack. And Mulholland will give it off. He's staying in. Fast break chance. Shot high and a save. Andrew Menard standing tall and initiates the break the other way.
What a great save.
Feed across the crease and a goal in transition. Savastano buries it to tie it at 4.
That's the beauty of lacrosse right here, Matt. You get end-to-end action. You get a great save on one end. You get a quick counterattack by John Jay, and you get a fast break goal and a finish on the other end. It's the beauty of the game. Great pass. And a great handle. And Disick is filling that corner up a little bit, and he squeezed that in a knot hole right there because Disick got pipe to pipe. Pretty tall kid who was able to get to the corner, and he squeezed it in.
The junior Jack Diskin getting the start in goal today. Basketball guy coming off the state championship run. He and Tyler Godfrey are the two netminders so far this season for Manhasset. Godfrey got the start in game 1, so Diskin getting a look today from Keith Cromwell. 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter, knotted up at 4 apiece. There's Liam Connor, another basketball player from Manhasset.
Liam Connor was excellent in basketball for Manhasset this year. State championship team, and I happened to see a little bit of Manhasset play. I thought they were a really, really good team, fun to watch. And Perfetto and Liam Connor. Connor was an excellent player.
Everybody getting a touch for Manhasset right now. Panzik on the drive, feeding it back behind the cage. Gargiulo's already got a goal today. Panzik loads up and pulls it wide. But backing up was Perfetto.
Great offense. Coach Cromwell does a great job coaching the offensive guys here. And what a great start. And then look right now, you got Perfetto with the invert with the short stick. That's a pretty good matchup for Manhasset. Probably going to come early to it.
Perfetto, a Cornell commit. Looking up top, his pass looked like it might have been intended for Panzik, but a whistle on the over and back. So with a minute to go, John Jay will take over in this first quarter.
There's a little bit of a miscommunication there. I think Perfetto had a guy at the top, the high slot there, and just couldn't get it to him. And but that was great offense. The shot that went wide, they started with a dodge by Gargiulo, and it turned into all different ball movement and the merry-go-round going. That was good offense. Just didn't result in the goal, but really good offense.
Boy, DiChiera, sort of a subtle thing by Manhasset, but DiChiera came a little close to that midfield line. And we saw one of the Manhasset long poles or attackmen made an extra check on him.
Oh, break the 10-man here. Looks like
There's Dawson Riley. Here's a look down low, and Perfetto puts it in.
Well, right there, so how did Perfetto get so wide open? It kind of starts with the John Jay guys are in a 10-man ride. They have the pole up, and he sneaks. Was that Panzik right there snuck in behind? Or Terenzi snuck in behind Peterson. I'm not sure which one. Snuck in behind that rider and turns it into a 4-on-3 to a 3-on-2 to a 1-on-none. And, in a 10-man ride, Matt, they're coming out and they're trying to use the goalie to create a balance, right? And great job getting open by Manhasset.
And again, credit to Dawson Riley, who we got a timeout here. Credit to Dawson Riley, who kind of created that turnover on the prior play for John Jay. As the John Jay player came up near midfield, Riley on that attackman side of the field gives an extra little check. That forces the ball loose, and Manhasset comes up with possession.
Sure, there was an over and back, and the ball kind of got put in an odd spot on the field, I think, a little bit, and they didn't get the whistle blown, that quickly, and just a tough. And John Jay threw that bad pass, and then all of a sudden, it turned into what it turned into here a little bit. Once it all happened.
So Keith Cromwell takes his first time out, and it seems, at least the way the pace of this game has been so far, is every possession is going to count, and you get the idea that, at least so far, maybe the team that has the ball last is the one that comes out on top at the end of this one.
Well, right now there's been 10 face-offs in the game, and by my count, he's won 8. They've won 8 of 10. Manhasset. He lost one, and then the pole lost one. He's won 8 of 9. He's taken who I'm talking about is Cal Gerard. So, over time that gives you a massive possession advantage.
Well, let Varsity Media promote your business. Affordable rates, customizable packages to fit any budget, and we'll help you grow your brand through our sportscast, just like this one. Contact Ben at varsitymedia.net to join our team.
a good timeout call here by Coach Cromwell. Kind of knows he's got the face-off advantage, right? So he wants to try to get one more with 26 seconds. Early in the year, these are good situations to work on, right? Like, short clock. Let's put something in. Let's run something right now. Maybe something you already have in, or maybe you drew something up.
Panzik begins the possession. 18 seconds left in this first quarter. High-scoring one so far. Here's Panzik initiating from up top. Riley with it. Riley feeds across for Perfetto. Perfetto, double team slid over to him. He looks across the crease trying to find the open man. Ball hits the turf. And good physical defense from John Jay to keep Manhasset off the board at the end of the first quarter. But Manhasset does have a 1-goal lead with 12 minutes in the books. It was an explosive first 12 minutes. And a Manhasset 5-4 lead here after one. Stay with us on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Back at Manhasset High School, Matt Shortis, Mike Hungerford with you as we get ready to begin the second quarter of play. The home team on top 5-4. And Mike, if my scoring summary is correct, we've had 9 goals on 9 different goal scorers.
Well, the Manhasset guys, they can certainly do that. I mean, I think what makes them so difficult to defend is their ability to have probably 6, 7, or 8 2-goal scorers, you know what I mean? And then one guy all of a sudden gets 5, and next thing you know, you look at the scoreboard and they got 14, 15 goals.
Yeah.
They definitely can spread the ball around. They play fast. They're really athletic. And but the John Jay guys for a quarter hung right with them, made some nice plays. And if you would have told the coaches from John Jay, hey, Coach Bacco, you'd be down 1 at the end of the first quarter, he'd probably say, sign me up for that right now.
Talking with Coach Backlund about this transition for him from the college level to the high school level, and he said, it's so much faster, right? Like college, you have 3 weeks of practice, then you have maybe a week or a week between games, maybe 2 games in a week. But he's like this, it's bang, bang, bang. You got 3 games in a week. Manhasset quick on the face-off win. Shot fake. Now they go down low for the goal. Dawson Riley.
Dawson Riley and a pass from Perfetto. And you see how fast that Cal Girard gets out of there with it. Pops it forward. And a great handle by Dawson Riley there of that pass from Perfetto. It was a little low, but, he guns it in there. Perfetto, great handle. Looks like it was lowing away a little bit, but you just throw it in there and Dawson Riley's going to catch it and finish it. That's why he's a high-level finisher and a Division I commit.
Second goal today for Riley. And Manhasset back on top by 2. They've led by as many as 2 on a couple occasions. And John Jay has been able to limit it to that.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I bet a mortgage payment that Dawson Riley's probably going to score a lot of goals this year by the look of things.
You feel safe with that?
Pretty safe, yes. Yes. And I've watched about 13 minutes.
Already with 2 today, and Manhasset back on the offensive.
Perfetto here, Cornell commit. We got the short stick matchup again off a switch. See him go back there and try to create.
Jake Koftel defending him. Perfetto gets the step, turns, fires, and misses it wide.
They'll try to get matched back up again here now. Get the pole back to him. And See, what you know if you coach Cromwell is if you're playing on a midfield line with with Terenzi, that you're going to get a short. The other guy's going to get short stick, so you can kind of arrange your offense. Now here you got Dawson with a short stick.
And if you're attackman, you got the short stick on you. You're salivating a little bit. A shot going just wide. Manhasset continues the possession.
Yeah, Liam Connor in there kind of got that high crease area and kind of stepped off a little bit off the invert. That was a great pass. Peterson.
Here he is on the run, just pulled that one.
Looking for that far away pipe. Goalie was kind of tucked up on that pipe there. Peterson was trying to go for the far side. Just shot it wide, but that's okay. They get it back and keep playing. And pretty relentless on their attack on the goal, Manhasset.
Yeah, they're getting high quality opportunities for sure. Here's Terenzi looking on the crease, overthrows Connor a little bit. This is Peterson. Peterson trying to tuck it in tight, balls to the turf. Picked up by Manhasset in traffic. Connor's got away with it, but then it's stopped by Menard.
When you're playing an offense like Manhasset has, you're kind of living possession by possession, right? Anytime you can get a stop and get out of there, you win. That's a win, and they got one right there.
And as a goalie, anytime you're seeing that ball come in on the crease, when it hits the turf, you're kind of holding your breath a little bit, waiting to see who comes away with it.
20-second violation, couldn't get it over.
Here they come, moving quickly, shot fake, low, shot high, and Terenzi puts it in.
Yeah, a little difficulty there early season, right? We always like to say difficulty clearing, failed clear usually results in a goal on the other end. And that's the case right there for John Jay. They couldn't get that ball out in the 20 seconds allotted. And easy offense. And who was kind of the last guy around was Joey Terenzi for the finish.
3 unanswered for Manhasset after John Jay battled back to tie it at 4 with 2:24 left to go in the first quarter.
Gerard back out there again.
And they throw the pole, and Sid Goldberg does John Jay. A shot just whistling high over the cage by Perfetto. And Manhasset will maintain the possession.
It's a lot of high-quality face-off men in Nassau County. Probably two of the best from Cole Gerard and Jack Cascadden of
Garden
City. Along with Luca Ricardo of Sayasa, probably the 3 top. No disrespect to anybody else. Those are the 3 that have come to my mind right away. But you see about Gerard, they put the pole there, and these guys are so talented and so used to what they do against the pole. Just pop it forward and tuck your stick, and that's where the face-off game's gotten to.
Here's Terenzi. A guy like Cascadden, I don't know if it was because of how quickly the seasons were bumped together last year, right? Football into lacrosse, but it feels like Cascadden is one of those guys that's been around forever. And I'm sure it probably feels that way to other coaches in Nassau B, too.
He certainly gutted out last year coming off his junior football year. A lot of football guys were banged up and they played in the spring last year. It was tough. This year he did get injured during the season, and he's come back pretty strong from it.
Here's a look to the left side, and it hits the outside of the netting.
Great job by Manhasset. Great design, getting a pick with Terenzi with the short stick and being able to get a switch, and that creates all the offense. We'll see if John Jay can clear it here.
Menard, the Ithaca commit, feeds it across the field, but it's picked off by Liam Connor. And here they come again the other way. A penalty coming up and a low shot put in by Perfetto. We'll see if the penalty stands on the slash, but Manhasset is feeling it now, doubling up John Jay at 8-4.
It comes back to the clearing game again. They're trying to get 2 guys opposite and get a stretch in there. They had an open man, but just couldn't get it around Connor. Pretty good rider when you're pretty as tall as he is and get your stick up pretty high, knocking those balls down. But you're getting some stops if you're John Jay, but you're not being able to clear the ball has got to be a little bit frustrating right now.
Timeout, John Jay.
And John Jay will take a timeout to talk it over. 7:45 to go in the first half. Manhasset has scored 4 straight to take an 8-4 lead. Stay with us on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Back to Manhasset, an 8-4 lead for the home team. Matt Shortis, Mike Hungerford, and John Jay calling that timeout. Little trouble clearing the ball, Mike. When you're not winning faceoffs, that clear becomes vitally important. Otherwise, you just aren't able to possess the ball.
Sure, I mean, it's a game of possessions and number of possessions you're going to get in a quarter or a half or in the game. And, right now, Cal's giving them a tremendous number advantage. And when you got to stop and you can't clear it, it's really tough.
Cal Girard, another face-off win. And I was talking to Mike Bocklett this morning. I said, how do you plan to go against Cal Girard? And he kind of took a deep breath. He said, we're going to have our hands full. We got to try and figure that one out.
There's really no easy answer. I mean, it's, when you have, I've played have had guys on my team who are very good at it and played against guys who really weren't. It's a really tough situation.
Here's a look on the cutter. A shot hits the post. Karams all the way out near midfield. And Manhasset will have it with Perfetto there.
So right now, John Jay's man down. We neglected that there was a flag down. It was a slash, it looks like. So they're playing man down defense, and we'll man up here for Manhasset.
Perfetto drew the penalty as he was driving towards cage. That slash to the head. So man up chance. Up top to that left alley. One step inside. Nice save by Menard as the penalty is released. But just as the penalty expires, Manhasset gets one more. Peterson putting it in. And 5 unanswered now for Manhasset.
Good initial save there. We couldn't get that rebound control. And it looks like Donald Mack had the assist there on the goal. Nice pickup of that rebound and throw into the cutter for a relatively easy goal. By Peterson there, great cut. And even though the penalty was expired, the man-up isn't over until the other team gets all 6 men playing defense again. So it might not be a man-up goal on the statistics. It's a man-up goal by how it was played.
In practice, right?
Sure.
So we're back to all even now. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half, and a game that was back and forth in the first quarter. Manhasset is really starting to take a hold of here in this second quarter. They've scored 5 unanswered goals. Riley has 2, Perfetto has 2, Peterson just adding his first. And Terenzi added 1 more in this quarter so far.
Well, what you have is we have a great midfield with another midfielder called Julo getting in, who's very good also. And they get to play at so much offense because they're winning all the faceoffs. And for those guys, if they score, they get to go on the sidelines and someone else goes on the wing, and they get to roll back out there and play offense again. So it's a tough task for John Jay right now because you got to weather the storm on almost every faceoff. Got to get a stop.
This is Hunter Panzik on the run.
Big, strong athlete. Panzik plays downhill.
Perfetto looking in tight and a stop. Once more for Menard. And now here's been the Achilles heel, so to speak, for John Jay today. Can they clear it? Oh, and a hard collision by Savastano trying to save that one. Dove into a bench on the sideline. So he will come out quickly. Moving in tight. Connors one-on-one with Menard. And an easy win for Connors.
Yep, there's that field clear situation again. But what really makes it all happen is before the collision, Joey Terenzi is your best player going to Virginia, one of the top players in the country, and he's riding like he's playing in the state final. It's pretty impressive to watch in game 2. All the effort Joey puts into those plays, and looks like Manhasset doing a little substitution. Dawson Riley coming out. Donald Mack coming in to get a little playing time.
And we'll keep an eye on Dom Savastano, too, as Savastano, the Fogo for, or he's not strictly a Fogo, but the face-off man for John Jay. Again, he went shoulder first into the metal benches here. Now, fortunately, nobody was sitting on it, so the bench had a little give to it. But he is out for now. He was just getting looked at by one of the trainers here at Manhasset High School.
Hopefully he's okay and continuing the game. He looks like he's okay, getting a little water, probably a little shaken up.
Yeah, got a few fist bumps on the sideline. The helmet's still on.
Tough kid.
I think they were just kind of giving a quick look just to make sure no potential concussion issues. But it looked like he more went shoulder first into that bench.
To John Jay's credit, defense here, they've defensively 6-on-6. They have gotten some stops. They gave essentially a man-up goal, and then 3 goals of the last 4 with the man-up goal sandwiched in there off of broken clears.
Yeah.
So 6-on-6, they've gotten some stops here, and they gotta get the ball cleared.
This is Terenzi. Again, the short stick on him this time. Now the double team slides over. Here's a look on the crease. Connors there again. Connors gets bodied in, but he put it in before that.
It all starts with Terenzi getting the short stick matchup and drawing a double team, drawing a slide, and then they just spin the ball and they get great action, and then there's a cut before they can match back up. So there was 2 in the ball, and right now there's the man who's on Terenzi trying to recover to the crease, looking away, and just can't get back there fast enough, and they're so skilled, Manhasset, but they'll throw that ball in there and score the easy goal. But it all really comes from the brilliance of Terenzi being able to easily draw 2 and then spin and then get the ball moving.
And you mentioned Connors before on the ride and his size. Well, he's a big target on the crease too.
Absolutely, they have a little bit of a combo of him and Perfetto is Mutton Jeff's the wrong word, but a big one guy, great inside guy, off the ball player, shooter, a playmaker like Perfetto with Dawson Riley, a lefty finisher. It's a great threesome on attack.
So Kyle Gerard, another face-off win, and Peterson with it. Jack Peterson, Harvard commit. Keith Cromwell says there's a lot of good skills inside of him. Right now we're trying to get him to pull all those skills out. Here's a look in transition. Ball knocked away by a defender or blocked by a defender before it could get to Cage. Peterson picks it up. Peterson quickly up ahead. Off to the left side, feeding quickly across for Mack. Mack drops the level, pulls it wide. And backing up there for Manhasset is Colin, the freshman.
If you're Coach Balker right there, you end up, they have the overthrow by Peterson there, and it looks like it turns into a fast break, right? But you played so little offense. It's almost one of those, as a coach, we've all been there, where it's like we get numbers, but maybe we don't want numbers right now. We just want to stop and pass it around, and it takes a shot, and it gets blocked, and now they're back playing defense again.
Here's Terenzi. And a wayward pass intended for Cargiulo. So it goes out of bounds, so we'll get another attempt here for the clear for John Jay with 3:04 to go in the first half in an 11-4 game.
Well, it looks like right now it looks like a match feet kind of a situation, it appears. See if they'll stay in it here.
That ball knocked away. Recovered, though, by John Jay.
It's really, pushing down with 2, and they're dropping the rest of them, and they really can't find an open man right now.
So Kyle Petchek steps into the box, and they take a timeout with 2:46 to go in this first half. Again, Manhasset has scored 7 straight to make it an 11-4 contest. Take a look at some of the upcoming games. SPORTSCAST on Varsity Media Sports Network, including today. You have a North Shore battle coming up on tomorrow between Syosset and Cold Spring Harbor. We know you'll have your eye on that one.
I'll be there and at Cold Spring Harbor. Another great place to go watch a lacrosse game. If you've never been to Cold Spring Harbor to see a game, it's a cool place to go. Small school setting, and that's a little North Shore rivalry right there. They'll renew that tomorrow, and that'll be pretty cool.
And we got another Long Island, off Long Island rivalry. The Green Wave coming to Huntington to take on St. Anthony's, and a Catholic League showdown with St. John the Baptist and Holy Trinity coming up next week.
Yes, St. Anthony's, I think number one in the poll in the Varsity Media poll, right? But also one of the most polls and one of the highest ranked teams in the United States.
Bring your game to life on the Varsity Media Sports Network, just like this, with announcers, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics. It's great for your rivalry games like this one, Senior Day, or in general promotion of your team. You can visit varsitymedia.net to book a sportscast.
Yeah, pretty cool. But having them at the game and having them cover your event, and I'm proud to be part of it when I can around my season. And I ran up here today because I wanted to get here and be part of see what Manhasset's all about. And
we got to figure out a way to get you a wireless headset for a Farmingdale game, so that way we can have you we can have you coach and color commentary for that.
That would be bad. That would not be good for my employment. I can only do it one way. The kids know that already.
One thing at a time, right?
One step at a time, absolutely. So great timeout by Coach Bach. I think that was really smart. And you get a moving pick call there.
So a little unforced miscue.
I think the timeout was a good move. Haven't had the ball in a long time playing 6-on-6, and you want to get organized and give your D guys a breath, and just an unfortunate moving pick call there, and definitely not what you wanted coming out of a timeout if you're Coach Bachwood.
A little over 2 minutes to go in this first half. 11-4, Manhasset leading.
It's about the slowest the Manhasset guys have
in a while.
Lost the ball in a while here. Now it looks like you have
Cargiulo is on along with Peterson.
And you have Connor playing midfield now, it looks like.
Yeah, Connor straight away up at the top. Coming out of that crease position. Here's a shot on the run, backing up Perfetto.
They do a really good job out of that three-man umbrella top of just cutting the middle guy through, dodging from that high wing and leaving the far guy and trying to obviously get to the middle of the field. Great circle cut right there, just couldn't hook it up.
Well, they were looking towards the crease. Kiefer's got it.
That's the best way for John Jay right there. They got that ball to that Maverick, that little midi right away, and they're able to get that ball up and out right away. And,
There's O'Callahan moving it inside. A shot hits the far side post off the stick of Duva. Delayed penalty coming up. And it looks like John Jay will go on the man up for the first time today. We'll see what the call is.
An illegal body check, you're going to get something like that on the inside. That was a great play by the John Jay Pole. Handling that ball. It looks like Nick Savastano, number one, handling the ball, but the penalty called.
So cross-check on the sophomore Jack Morrison. First-year starter. He was brought up, as so many teams do, bringing up some of their well-deserving JV guys for the playoff run last year.
Sure, both teams playing on defense. You have a freshman playing for John Jay and Silverman, and you have a couple of sophomores playing for Manhasset in Morrison and Mulholland. I'm assuming that Mulholland is the younger brother of last year's Aiden Mulholland, who's now playing, getting raw quality minutes up at the University of Michigan. Not related. Okay, same name, not related. Good name here in Manhasset, though. We'll take it as a good name.
40 seconds left. So there was a 4-second difference between the penalty clock and the game clock right now. Shot from up top, and Diskin seeing that the whole way. Diskin had his stick knocked as he was trying to get that pass off. Here's a quick turnaround fire by Duva, who pulled it wide.
Diskin made that save and caught it and kind of stepped out of the crease, I think, if show a little bit of inexperience is the wrong word, but lack of game experience instead of running where they got checked from behind. But it was a really nice save. He presented that ball with his hands and really punched it out. That was a nice save.
Keith Cromwell said he actually took lacrosse off for the last couple of years. So you're right, that game experience, just little things that come second nature when you're playing every day. Here's Perfetto trying to feed in tight. And a stop made by Menard, point blank. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half. So a tight game after 12 minutes. And Manhasset really wrestled control of it in the second quarter away from John Jay.
Sure, high-scoring second quarter for Manhasset. It was 5-4 at the quarter, and now all of a sudden it's 11-4. So 6-goal quarter, 6-0 quarter for Manhasset.
So 11-4 at halftime. Second half coming up. Stay with us on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media. Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net. Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media. Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net. Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
An abbreviated halftime with the forecast, and looks like some umbrellas are starting to open up in the stands below us. Matt Shortis, Mike Hungerford with you as we get ready to start the second half. And again, the reason we started this game a little early, was supposed to be a 7 o'clock start, was so that we could get it all in. So hopefully the rain and, more importantly, any lightning holds off for at least another 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. I mean, if Manhasset keeps it going, we may turn to some running time. I'm not really sure, but I think the John Jay guys won't want that to happen.
No.
So they'll battle as hard as they can right here.
So we switch fields, and Manhasset will attack right to left towards the high school. And a face-off win by Cal Gerard. And back in the game was Dom Savastano, who we saw on that collision into the bench earlier, trying to save the ball from going out of bounds.
You see a couple different exits there from Cal Gerard, how he gets the ball out from the other player and gets it in his stick. So we had like popped a bunch forward, a bunch of forward exits, had a really nice rear exit right there and kept it to himself. And what makes Cal like that level of face-off player is he's got pretty good, he's a skilled player. He's a very good athlete, and he can run with the ball and handle the ball. And, he can win it to himself very easily.
Here's Connor with it for Manhasset. I was asking Keith Cromwell, what sort of is in his toolbox, right? Like some face-off guys will be a little bit more physical. Some are just really quick to the clamp. Here's a shot up top and a goal from Dawson Riley.
Told you about those goals, right? Dawson Riley again. They set that pick down there for him. Off the switch, he gets the short stick, and the short stick doesn't really take the high side well enough away. He drives that high side, gets his hands free before the slide can come, and buries that shot high to high with that sidearm, three-quarters sidearmish whip shot he's got. It's very impressive.
So Riley's got a hat trick so far today. And just to kind of finish that point, Keith Cromwell said, well, he's kind of can do it all. He's got so many different options, like you were saying just a moment ago.
Sure, you can see forward exit, rear exit, win it to himself, play, stay on a little bit, and the face-off guys come on and come off, but he's a guy who probably can stay on a little bit and play. And he's also got, he's also a thick kid and athletic and check all the boxes.
And he's only a junior.
Another year to go, win a lot of face-off wins. Upcoming for the Manhasset Indians. Got Riley on the short stick here now in the invert game again.
So a captain committed to Bryant. Riley comes GLE. His shot hits the near side post, and a long rebound Riley good help in the loose ball department as Cargiulo is able to pick it up.
Great spacing. Even though Riley turned the corner there and took that low angle shot, they have great spacing on the invert. You can see how far apart each offensive player is from each other. And the defenders can't really hedge too far because guys are wide open like you see right there.
There's Connor on the behind the back goal. Third goal today for Liam Connor. And it's now 9 straight for Manhasset to open up a 13-4 lead.
Yeah, great spacing right there. I guess I talked about spacing before. There's tremendous spacing in the offense, and each defender can't really help another man and be the 2-slide or the 3-slide because the offensive players are so well spaced. It also lets them find the open man very easy. You can recognize who's open.
Gerard with possession.
Here's Cal Gerard. A shot from Perfetto goes low to high and too high. But Riley backing up there.
Oh, okay.
Connor a little trouble holding on to that, but Riley picked it up, and then a procedure against Manhasset, so it'll be John J. Ball.
What's happening in the clearing game a little bit is all the middies are running kind of away from the ball, getting to certain spots, and it's just so hard to find an open man. Great riding by Manhasset, tenacious.
Yeah. The attackmen for Manhasset, they ride with such a tenacity, at least so far in this game.
The thing I noticed about him is tremendous team speed. You know, all the short stick guys, I haven't seen the defensemen run around all that much. The ball hasn't been down there that much, but the offensive players, all the short stick guys are very fast.
Here's Kiefer. He's been one of the bright spots for John Jay today and adds another one to his total. Andrew Kiefer, his second today. And that ends the scoreless drought for John Jay. Their first goal since the first quarter.
Just takes a short stick from the high wing. It's able to switch back to his inside hand, which always makes him dangerous, and put that ball low and away. That net down there is so tightly strung. The ball bounces in and out very easily. It's hard to see if it actually goes in sometimes.
Yeah.
But a nice goal for John Jay right there. I mean, stop the bleeding a little bit and make a nice play. And it's one of those situations where you have a player from the high wing trying to get underneath. Probably want to slide them out a little early. And like the early season, there's always things to coach and fix, right? You know, Coach Crumble and the staff will be on top of, what should we do in that situation to not have that happen again.
Here's Gerard whipping around the crease. And then he'll feed and start to head off. Liam Connor.
Such a weapon. I mean, he just won it to himself and ran a 65-yard sprint and threw it to a guy and just ran off. And it's just such a great weapon to have. It's pretty hard nowadays at the high school level like these guys are playing at to be a championship level team and not have a great face-off guy. And, all the great teams or groups of teams that have won for years in a row have had a guy or a series of guys who are very good.
Yeah, it's amazing how that position specifically has evolved over the last, 15, 20 years.
And no matter how much it seems like everybody has guys who work at it, the guys who are the best they're still so much better than the guy everybody who works at it. It's an interesting dynamic. But when you have one, you're a pretty happy coach.
Here's Terenzi behind the cage. Feeding out top, and Menard coming up with a good save.
Good offense by Terenzi. It spins twice and draws the edge defender there and just throws it forward. And they get a good look and good save by tracking that ball high to high and punching his hand across and making a really nice save because that ball was going to that far corner.
John Jay's been a little bit more crisp on their clear attempts so far in this second half. As we approach the midway point.
I mean, listen, John Jay is going to win a lot of lacrosse games in Section 1, and the score is 13-5, and they're a pretty good lacrosse team with great coaching staff, and obviously early in the year they're going to get a lot better. But, Manhasset, it's pretty hard for a team to play excellent or really, really good for all 4 quarters, all 48 minutes. So there's ebbs and flows in the game, and that's when you have to make a little hay if you're John Jay. Hopefully, make a few plays and put a few more goals on the scoreboard and have something to work up for you.
The last time these two teams met was the New York State playoffs, with John Jay knocking out Manhasset in 2019. There's another opportunity for Manhasset. A good save by Menard, and then the second chance goes out, and a late flag. Thought I might have seen a second flag come out, but it might have been for the same infraction. I think this one is going against John Jay.
John Jay hanging in that 10-man ride, and the Manhasset guys are skilled enough. They brought up Connor, came up right there high in the middle. That's one of the ways you can break a 10-man is get one of your attackmen to flash forward because it's odd numbers down there, and he flashes up and creates a little unsettled situation.
Sid Goldberg, the junior, the guilty party on a minute penalty. So we'll see this Manhasset man-up offense go to work. Technically 0 for 1 on the man advantage today, but they scored right as that penalty had expired and teams weren't fully back to 6-on-6 yet. Here's Perfetto. Moving around to Riley, a bounce shot just whistling wide.
Yep, good looking there to Riley on his looks like his right hand there. That might have been Panzig actually.
Ball gets away. It's on the turf, but then Manhasset able to win it right back. Riley up top. Riley, 2 defenders slide over to him. Panzik with it. Skip pass to Riley. Lefty looking right on the crease for Perfetto. Knocked away. Well done defensively, but in tight, and a shot. Might have been a kick save by Menard.
Great save by Menard off the loose ball. Looks like we had a great chance. Might have been Terenzi there to finish it, and great save there by Menard.
Well, I would love to see that again if we can, as John Jay throws it away here. Here's a quick look. Perfetto, his shot rings off the crossbar. Well, Manhasset moving quickly. I thought we might have time to get the replay in there, and they said, nope, we're just gonna go right into our offense.
They're pretty relentless. I mean, you're also not playing offense with a lot of guys. They're playing, 7 or 8 guys are playing offense. But, not to repeat myself from earlier, they win so many face-offs that, maybe a short 6D midi plays the wing, and all of a sudden they win again, and they go right back out. And it's just hard to stop, especially when you're efficient offensively. They're being pretty efficient, passing and catching, not having a lot of turnovers.
There's Perfetto. John Jay might have gotten away with a slash there. Incidental contact, I guess. A shot high over the crossbar.
Got a slide there to Riley that time, coming up as he climbed up there off the pick game.
Looks like the sky is lightening up a little bit. It was right as we started this third quarter. It was looking a little bit dicey. Still not friendly skies, but a little bit better than it was moments ago. Here's Terenzi on the run, gets it by Menard.
Really great touch by Joey Terenzi, showing speed, deception, athleticism, and his left hand. And he's right-handed, so he's a pretty two-handed player, and goes to his left hand there and throws that ball in the goal. Really, really nice play.
Manhasset lead extended back to 9, their largest of the game. There's another face-off win by Cal Gerard. He's gotten into some sort of rhythm now.
Oh, yeah, he's just pinching and popping them.
Lapina. And Manhasset, knowing they have the delayed penalty coming up, kind of taking their time now. Perfetto gets a step, surveys, Up top, Loda high, cranks it in, does Dawson Riley.
Great dodge by Matt Buffetto there. A little getting his little, getting skinny, splitting, getting to his left, going to his left hand, which is not his natural hand, and being able to throw that one easy pass forward for Dawson Riley for the step down. Just simple stuff. Done exceptionally well.
Fourth goal of the game for Riley, leading all scorers. And the goal wipes out the penalty, so we will be even strength.
Yep, that was going to be a push. So they wiped that off. And
it looks like it's Goldberg. Sid Goldberg out at the face-off for John Jay against Gerard. Gerard comes away with a win there.
Another victim. No disrespect to Sid Goldberg, but that's who he is and what he does.
Pardon me, that was Finn O'Callaghan, so 4 instead of 34. Both Poles.
Mikey Mondiello also checking in for the Indians here. As well as Luca Petroselli.
You have a couple different guys playing at the midfield here now. Getting some time.
Mike Mondiello and Luca Petroselli. A couple of sophomores in. Here's Cargiulo, the junior. Inside, 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Here's Perfetto. Cutting inside on the pole.
Great eyes, Perfetto. Always looking, always got his head up. Point guard mentality, great ball control.
Petroselli chased back out towards midfield, and Hunter Pansic is there. Gargiulo.
Gargiulo and Pansic have both big people, and they have a similar body type.
And they both have a black sleeve on the left leg today. Connor up top, high shot by Mondiello, saved by Menard.
Great save by Menard, a way to get it out quick to right where the shot came from, exactly as you coach it up. John Jay with the ball here.
And Kiefer able to get it out of his stick quickly. Ball to the turf with a minute to go in the third quarter. Delayed penalty coming up, and this will be a slashing penalty with Jonas Silverman, incidental contact, but got his man right on the head.
I like that incidental contact. I'm gonna tell the official that on Saturday morning.
Well, you're a defensive coach. Really sometimes
really didn't mean it.
Sometimes you come down for the stick check, and you started your check a little bit high.
It's a brush. Why did he lean his head into my stick?
I played pole a little bit. I played close defense. I know you try to make the argument.
It's a great situation for John Jay right here. I mean, obviously the game they're not going to win the lacrosse game here today, down by 10 goals. But, it's early in the season. It's the second game of the year. A lot of teachable moments, going to learn a lot from the film. So you have a man-up opportunity, and we'll see what you've worked on and what you can do out of it. And all these things are important to keep getting better each time you play.
So they go to man up, Ben Gold with it, and Kiefer now. Those two play a little
hidden ball trick.
Yeah. Ball knocked away up top. Kiefer collects. Back comes to Gold on the right side. Kiefer has it straight away. Manhasset didn't really bite on it. Here's a shot from the left point, and it's saved by Godfrey, who's now in the game between the pipes. So Tyler Godfrey comes up with the stop.
Lapina just legging it out.
Waning seconds of the third quarter here, and time will expire. So 3 quarters in the books, a 10-goal lead for Manhasset. It's 15-5 here on their home field over John Jay. Stay with us. Fourth quarter coming your way on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Start of the fourth quarter, Matt Shortis, Mike Hungerford with you as we get ready to begin the fourth. Manhasset in control, 15-5. And Mike, exactly what you would expect from this Manhasset offense today. They've been opportunistic. They've had some good speed, and of course led by that powerful midfield.
Yeah, very good. I mean, they're always putting 6 players on the field offensively. We're all a threat. They can all score. They can all handle the ball. Very impressive offensively, and very impressive with the riding, Just, chasing and turning guys. And, if you haven't practiced against something like that on a daily basis, it's pretty hard to replicate that in practice without who you are. And then all of a sudden you get into a game of players that speed. It's going to happen fast.
So Manhasset has it to start the fourth quarter. Here's Cargiulo, and we are all even now.
Patrick Arnold checking into the game.
So with the penalty, Manhasset held at the end of the third. That's why no face-off to begin the fourth quarter.
Did they really have to hold the ball? Could they have just sent Cal back out? He probably going to win it anyway.
The way he's played today, absolutely. Liam Connor, Cargiulo, and Patrick Arnold, another sophomore out there at the midfield right now.
Sure, getting some other guys a little playing time now. Coach Cromwell starting to mix in some of his second group of guys with some guys who are in the starting rotation still playing, like Perfetto and Cargiulo. So getting those guys a little time. Not a really super deep bench by Manhasset this year. Not a 40-man roster like some years they have. They have, I guess, almost 30 guys, right? It looks like. And
here's a shot from Donald Mack that goes wide. I mean, if you think about it, still, like they're a C school. They're a smaller school, so they still have a roster that will rival most A schools on a numbers perspective.
Sure, most years they're probably in the mid to high 30s. This is one of the small rosters they've had, and that's okay. When you have the quality of guys they have, you don't need a lot of them. That's for sure.
Yeah. Here's a look to Perfetto trying to cut. Little low pass, though. Ball squirts out towards midfield. Picked up by O'Callahan for John Jay. Here's Nick Savastano.
Possessions few and far between here for John Jay, between the face-offs and the clearings. Hopefully they can make some work here. We have the Wolves coming off of the...
Here's DiChiara, got a step, just bounce it high.
Good dodge by DiChiara. They had the extra man, too. They had a little substitution advantage.
And they love his speed. Mike Bachlet said he's probably the fastest guy on the team. A shot down low for the save by Godfrey, and he clamps it down.
Yep, Godfrey, the senior, has come in the game. You mentioned a few minutes ago. He started the first game against Fort Park, I believe. He's a senior. And getting some game action right there. Really nice save.
Put his time in as a backup last year. Liam Connor pulls one wide.
Connor working end-to-end here a little bit. They're going to take him out now. He's a lot of what you see in basketball season. You see from him now. Be able to run, good skills.
And that helps too. I know it was a long season that they had, but coming off that, obviously he's in game shape.
Yeah, it's a much bigger field you're playing on, but he's certainly in good shape. And when you win the state championship, you're not as tired as if you didn't win it. You know, when you play a long season, winning makes you forget how long the year was, right? And it's pretty cool, great thing for the school district, and no federation this year in basketball, so they ended at the public school state championship. Kind of ended it usually some years with the federation, right? And the privates and the publics play against each other.
Here's a dodge in tight. And a shot, save by Menard.
Oh, it's a pretty nice dodge right there, just getting some speed and getting underneath. Menard's been a little bit of under siege here, but he made quite a few saves.
Four minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. We haven't had a goal yet in this fourth quarter. 15-5 your score. I mean, how about the Manhasset offense? They've notched 15 in both games so far to start the season.
They certainly are prodigious offensively, and also with the face-off advantage they're going to have against most people with them facing off. A lot of possession time.
Kiefer holding straight away. Here's the junior DiChiara. Missed on a shot a moment ago. This one flies up and over the crossbar.
Manhasset guys trying to get matched up there a little bit. A little confusion, and Char, cranked that one up. Like to have seen maybe get a little closer.
Savastano was there backing up. Here's DiChiara again. Really seems to be the initiator from the midfield the last couple minutes. Wind seems to be kicking up as well.
I feel like it's been windy for the last 6 days.
Yeah. We had like a spell of 3 or 4 60-plus days, and then since then it's been kind of gray and dreary and windy.
Yeah, it's March for you on Long Island, right? You get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Hopefully now tomorrow's April and make it a little different. Nice ground ball.
Here's Kiefer in the ground ball, picked up by Petchik, who gets a shot off that misses wide.
Last 5 or 6 shots, I haven't been able to find the 6x6. Right now, if you're John Jay, got to get him on goal.
It's the sophomore Duva. Well defended by Mulholland, the sophomore.
Good looking individual defense right there.
And Jack Lamarca coming in defensively for Manhasset. Good job there as well. Ball to the turf. Ground ball, Collins battling for it for Manhasset. And they come away with it, but John Jay eventually gets it again. Kyle Petchik on the ground ball. And Duva's got it now.
If you think about it, we were going to start at 7 o'clock, and at 7:07 right now, everybody around the start time of the game. And
yeah.
I think all the players and their parents are very happy we started a little bit earlier, judging by the conditions that we're starting to see here now.
Yeah.
On a little bit of a hill here at Manhasset, so you do get some wind here.
Our game the other day, we were down at Oceanside, and it was an extra 10 degrees colder with the wind chill. Here's a shot up top and a goal for Andrew Kiefer. Again, he's been a big bright spot for John Jay today.
Andrew's got a couple goals today. He's sophomore, lefty. You can see how athletic he is. He scored 3 goals for his Pelham, and I think by the end of the year, he's going to be a guy who's, you're going to be hearing his name up in Section 1, scoring a lot more goals, especially with that frame he's got. And before he scored a goal where his right hand then got back to his inside hand, that was a really nice move. So I think the future's bright for him. Another goal in the game here looks like for Manhasset.
He's getting talked to by Mike Bachlet today.
Well, I think Mike Bacher could probably, probably tell. How they get the pole in here now for Manhasset facing off.
I think that's Matthew Im at goal right now. I'm trying to see. It's a 20, but I'm trying to see what the second number is. And Matthew Im is 24 on the Manhasset roster.
Number 20 coming to game now, getting some reps here, some different players, getting some game reps here for Manhasset.
That is, in fact, Matthew Im, the sophomore, coming in goal right now for Manhasset. Alex Robeson, another sophomore out there. And midfield right now, Mondiello and Connor Chun, a senior.
I was saying before, I think, if you're Mike Bacher, you can bring your team in after the game and you would talk about the outcome of the game here today. One of the things you could tell them is probably nice save right there. A ground ball there.
Manhasset still battling for that one. And it was Menard. A nice save, a timeout taken by Keith Cromwell of Manhasset. And, while we have a minute, Mike, just talking about something that really affected Manhasset over the offseason, and that was the loss of 3 former Manhasset lacrosse players, Manhasset student athletes, Mike Farrell, James Farrell, and Ryan Keese, as they were out east over the summertime, and then they did the right thing. They were in an Uber, and a driver came from across the divider. It was a head-on collision, and unfortunately, those 3 and the Uber driver all passed away in the accident. So one of the things that Manhasset did was honor those players with their numbers. So Mike Farrell, James Farrell, and Ryan Keese, 32, number 4, and 44. So Joe Terenzi wearing number 4, Hunter Pansy wearing number 32, also for John Driscoll, and Patrick Leader, the senior defender, wearing 44. And all 3 of their parents came to practice a couple weeks ago, presented those players with those numbers, with those jerseys for this year. And it's been a really coming together moment for a community that was really struggling after that this past summer.
Sure, terrible, unspeakable tragedy, and a small knit community like Manhasset and the lacrosse world of Manhasset, and people know each other, and there's so many legacy kids that have played, and younger brothers, older brothers, and the type of thing that happened. And of course, you have a 32 is the famous number up here at Manhasset. John Driscoll played here, a great player at Manhasset, 2-time county champion in the 70s, played at University of Virginia, and the number 32 was the number that they give out every year at Manhasset. And if Joey Terenzi might have been the 32 wearer in some years,
yeah.
And in some situations, but he's wearing number 4, which is really awesome. I know
Terenzi,
Joey was 15 a year ago, I believe he wore number 15, and he's gone to 4, and that's really awesome. And it's one of those things that, thanks to a lot of great people and a great community, even in such tragedy and loss, they make something really great out of it, and hopefully, kids can learn and continue and make something out of it.
And you think back to a couple of years ago when Manhasset won the county title in 2019. Mike Farrell had the game-winning goal. Joey Terenzi assisted on that goal, so he gets to wear the number of his former teammate.
Sure, it's really very cool, and one of the part about sports that you can't replicate other things in life that athletics bring you, and a nice save right there, by the way. And but sports bring you that in life. You can't replicate it in any other thing you do. That's why when you play, it's a special activity. And it's pretty tough time for a long time here for the people of Manhasset, who a lot of them I know very well.
We're back to action here, and a save by Im. Nice save.
Yep.
Really his first action of the game.
Sure, standing on the sideline, probably a little cold, but came in there and wheeled around that one and got the save. And, I was an assistant coach at Cold Harbor High School. We played against James Farrell, who's a great player, and played at UPenn.
Mm-hmm.
And
here's a shot that goes top corner for Luca Duva. And John Jay gets one more.
To John Jay's credit, they kept playing, scrapping it out against some of the seconds here from Manhasset and get a field clear and turnover, and Duva scores a nice goal. I think if you're a younger player on the Manhasset varsity and you're a second level guy, he's second tier player, and some of the second tier players will be starters on a lot of other teams. But I think you're going to get a lot of playing time this year. You're going to get a lot of, and that's part of what makes the great program stay great is they're successful during the season. They win by a bunch of goals, and they get not only practice time, but they get tremendous playing time for younger players who are on the varsity. So next year it's not rebuilding, it's kind of like reloading. Yeah, it's not brand new at all. No.
So you get, in a game like this, you got a lot of sophomores getting a full quarter plus of action.
Absolutely. You see that in a lot of programs and in different sports have an ability to do that. And it looks like we're under 2 minutes to play here. No one's clearly got to keep it in. Here comes.
Here's DiChiara, a shot and a save by Im. Penalty flag down, so delayed penalty coming up on Manhasset. Duva grabs the rebound out of the sky.
Good save there by Im. So out of this, they got a free play here now. John Jay, no matter what happens, we'll get the ball back on the man up.
DiChiara moving it to Pechik.
Good on-ball defense right there.
Well defended by Blake Gately.
1 minute remaining in the game.
Final minute of play here. Im getting a stop. Another flag down. So John Jay might be 2 men up for the final minute of the game here.
Looks like the starting man-down group might be heading in there for Manhasset. Generally, most teams don't have a second, a full second man-down unit always ready to go. Put the guy back in and get a rep here, right? It's game 2. Yeah. So you get a minute here against you. John Jay has some players still in the game, so you get a good rep here, a good minute of man down. But it looks like they have 2 men down here. So Pina was in, now he just came back out. I don't know if it's the same player, 2 penalties.
It was the same player, 2 penalties. So Manhasset kind of benefits from that. So they only lose the 1 man, so it'll be 6-on-5. PJ Flood, a bit too aggressive.
See if John Jay can get 1 more right here. Yeah, the penalties will run concurrently. So.
Look to the right side. Blocked before it could get to Im.
Good approach right there. Looks like number 40. Looks like number 44, Patrick Leader, with the good approach. Eats that one for the defense and the goalie right there. Good stuff.
And you always love that as a goaltender. If your defenders in front of you are willing to get a body in front of a shot. "15 seconds left. Man goes down. Leader picks it up. And they feed it ahead to James Lapina. Final seconds will tick off the clock. And Manhasset wins by a final score today of 15-7. So John Jay comes down to Long Island. Manhasset wins the battle for the first time since 2019 because these teams couldn't play for a couple of seasons. And the Manhasset offense provided exactly what you think Manhasset's offense would provide.
You have Manhasset's offense, all those players that can come in and spin the rock around and throw it around and can shoot it. But the engine that drives the car is Cal Gerard, and you can see his excellence today, just giving those guys all those possession times, all those possession opportunities. It tilts the field so much for Manhasset, and there'll be a lot of games where Cal Gerard will certainly be the engine of the car for Manhasset.
So Manhasset improves to 2-0 on the season. John Jay drops to 1-1 so far in 2022, and that'll be it for us, for our executive producer Ben Turchin and Chris Sweeney. I'm Matt Shortis for Mike Hungerford saying so long, and we'll catch you next time. It's just the start of the season so far, only a couple games in. Plenty more lacrosse coming your way all season long on Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.